So I found sunset sarsaparillas at Costco, and I don't know if I can show this on camera because it might not be good for other people to see this, but I found a blue star cap sunset sarsaparilla. So
He's a wiener.
just saying, just saying, no big deal.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. Gets people going. Ball so hard. While we're waiting on Sam, just in case people are like, why is this weird guy over your shoulder? Hold on, Bubby. Can you sit? Can you get down for a second? I'm just gonna do a little breakdown of what's behind me real fast so people can kind of know. So this is actually a banner from when St. Louis hosted the Royal Rumble a couple years ago. So it was like, I don't know if you can see that Royal Rumble. So that's Edge and Beth Phoenix. And then this is actually a Mania Club jersey and a sock signed by Mick Foley, Dude Love, um, all of his like
Uh,
alter egos. So uh, yeah, so that's if anybody's wondering what's behind me. And then this is my way that I store all my magic stuff. So I found it at IKEA. It has all the like roll-out drawers and then got some comic books and decks and things like that. But that's uh that's what's behind me. So if people ever want to know, they have to have watched this episode to know exactly what's going on behind me. Uh
it's his stand.
And as is
Eli,
tradition, you said Mick Foley 3 times and we summoned Sam.
exactly. So
Talk to him.
you talk to Sam real fast, and then we've got to start the episode, okay?
I see him.
Hello, hello.
I get my
Thinking.
band-aid.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we saw your fingy just
Eli, can you say,
just
welcome
recently.
everybody to season 2, episode 5 of Hexproof from Ward?
I'm actually excited. But Sophie, not
Very
Yeah.
close.
Have fun, everybody.
a fun body.
Thanks.
All right.
You too, buddy.
Bye.
All right, Bubby. All right. He's having a lot of fun.
Thunder power.
So, yeah, like Eli said, exactly what he said. This is season 2, episode 5. So, in this episode, we're going to kind of talk about how our weeks have been, a couple little Vegas tips, and then Keith's gonna talk about some archetypes that we don't know about. This week, he's gonna break down one of those. And then we came across some big stack formats that we want to talk about kind of quickly in this episode. And then we've got our first ever quick deck check. We've got a deck that was sent to us that wants a little bit of tweaks, so we're going to kind of be like the Midas men and touch it for 10 minutes and see how we can upgrade it and send it back to the people that sent it to us.
I
And
can't wait to
then
touch men for 10 minutes. Let's go.
exactly. Touch a deck for 10 minutes. Heck yeah. And then we're going to get into the mono white deck build, which is the end of this 5 episode series. And then we'll kind of talk about what's upcoming next and any weekend plans. So, with that, how's everybody's weekends been?
Going well. Did a very deep clean. Got the baseboards and all that, and then most of my house is a hard surfaces, but the tiny little area rug is my cat's favorite place to vomit on. So
Nice.
I don't know.
Nice.
So I think it just I don't know. It's a comforting place to chuck some kibble. So I put
Mhm.
that to the driveway and just dumped a bunch of cleaning solution on it and hit it with boiling water. And yeah,
You're talking the rug, not the kitten, correct?
correct. Yes, no.
Okay. All right. Cool. Keith, what have you been up to?
Uh, Sam and I went to a local store, searched through bulk for a little bit, and then a few of us met up and played some games. Hello,
Yeah, we did.
at Nathan's house.
We met up and
And
tested out the new table. Yeah.
yep, and Josh, we missed you there, and
Uh,
it was pretty fun. I think we played like 3 games or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then yesterday, I was just enjoying the sunshine,
Yeah.
walking around.
It was nice seeing everybody out and about. I had to work yesterday, so it was super
Yeah.
fun seeing everybody having fun in a like 70-degree day, and then today it's like
Yeah.
40 degrees again. So,
And I
uh,
posted my toes on Instagram, and yeah, call
did
it a
you get
day.
any money for that?
No.
Dang it.
Keith's gonna get monetized before us with those
Tootsies.
Monetize your tootsies. Yeah. Dang. Sam, what
Nice.
have you been up to since the last Monday when we recorded last time?
Oh, not a lot of good things aside from going, what Keith said, all the games that we played. Blew a head gasket on my car, so that's
That's
Yikes.
not good.
other than that, it wasn't too bad.
Okay. Is everything okay? You said you had something going on. Everything all right?
Well, it was just a pet that went missing.
The other bird? Or did
One
you
bird,
find the
yes.
bird?
Oh no.
No. Yeah. Sam they had a family bird fly out and go missing, so it's not good. Yeah, so past couple days have been kind of fun. We got together and jammed some games here. I got to play a couple my both my sonar decks and try them out and see how they were going, and got some tips on how to upgrade it and kind of move it along. My cousin Brendan came over and he's not been playing super long, so he has a deck. That's the deck that we're going to check out and see what we can do to fix it up here in a little bit. So, um, yeah, so spring has sprung. Eli and I got to mow for the first time in the season today. Went out and picked up some sticks and mowed, and it was a good time. So let's move on to some quick Vegas tips. So MagicCon Vegas is coming up. What kind of like comfort tips, things like that, would you guys have for people that may be going to the convention for the first time that you think people might not think about that's kind of necessary going into something like that?
I mean, just
Hydration.
Hydration. Okay. Yeah. Bringing a water bottle with you and making sure you can fill it up because that you need to make sure you're hydrated. Josh?
I was gonna say, wear shoes for walking. Like, you
Mm.
need like tennis shoes with like good support. You do not. It's not where you want to wear any sort of like fancy loafer with no arch support. You need to
Mm-hmm.
uh just dress for comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably going to be there like 8, 10 hours plus at a time. I think you're allowed to bring food in a
Yeah.
cooler
Yep.
or like backpacks and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know about the cooler, but yeah, for sure you can bring it in
Def-
I
backpacks.
mean
you
like a backpack cooler or something
definitely
small
bring
and portable.
snacks because m most places in the convention, I mean, they will sell food, but obviously food's gonna be a little more pricey. And it'd be a granola or fruit snack, something that'll just get you through the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, if you're going to talk to Sam, don't have nuts around Sam. Okay. Um,
Yes, as long as you don't make out with me, I think we're fine. And I think we're safe for that.
dang
No,
it.
it's gonna be hard not to. So it's good that we warned them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh, yeah. Yeah, like so I actually went out to the runners forum today and got kind of did
Oh, I've
some
been
walking
there.
around and fitted and things like that for some new shoes and actually some new insoles. So I'm excited to have those for the conventions we have going on and the ones that, I'm going to coming up for because I've got ones for work like FDIC and the Professional Firefighters Union of Indiana has one for, their main one in the summer. So we've got that one. And then I've got the card conventions, things like that. Like you don't think about being on your feet that long, how much that can mess up your back and neck and uh, your crack and everything. So um, make sure that you've got proper footwear because your body will thank you later. I think last convention we looked and walked like 8+ miles every day, so that's a lot. Especially so if you're not wearing proper footwear, you're gonna regret it. Go ahead, Josh.
I was also gonna say, like, you're also in a crowd with like a bunch of people from a bunch of different places, so making sure your immunity's good, you have the vitamin D, or like vitamin C, zinc, all those like good things, your emergency, whatever, have it. And then also having like a little thing of hand sanitizer on you,
Yeah,
just because you don't know who picked their nose and touched the bulk you're going through, so you just gotta uh, make sure you're,
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah,
would
and
also say a comfortable backpack. Don't just bring
oh
like a
yeah,
run of the mill one, like something
yeah.
that you can imagine that you could wear for many hours of the day and not have to worry about it.
I've actually started carrying around a fanny pack. So one a snack pack and then a deck pack. And that's
Yeah.
kind of worked
I want to
out
go
a
like
lot.
as light as possible as far as like carrying stuff goes. So
Yeah,
like hiking gear is super into like ultralight stuff like that.
You
yeah,
might
Ultralight
want
fanny
to
packs
possibly
bags.
bring, binders full of singles. You might instead want to pick out something prior, maybe before you leave the hotel room, if or wherever you're coming from,
mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah,
But I little open space for all the new stuff you're bringing in.
yeah, perfect. So with that, we'll wrap up this week's look into the convention. We'll have a couple more tips next week and stuff like that. We'll talk about stuff. Keith, we're starting something new. You found a new archetype that kind of newish to you, and we hadn't really heard about it. So, what's the archetype we're breaking down today?
Yeah, so if you're ever on Scryfall, you're looking at an individual card, you can scroll down to the open in Scryfall tagger, and then you can see like tags on cards. And I found Trumpet Blast. It's an archetype that is just combat tricks, and most of them they only give like bonuses to attack. So the card it's named after right here is Trumpet Blast for 2 and a red. An instant attacking creatures get +2/+0 until end of turn. And there's plenty of other flavors of that, and you can like browse all of them in the category, and they're pretty cool.
Awesome.
I
So
want
yeah,
one of those I wanted to shout out was Start a Riot from the Avatar
Yes.
set, because then you can give a creature menace and then blast everything with a +2/+0. Also, these effects, they're not just your attacking creatures. So if one of your opponents is swinging out at another opponent and you want to help that land harder, you can always target
Very
or
true.
have
Very
use their,
true.
yeah.
Yeah, great for your goad decks or your hate bears.
perfect. Yeah. All right. So we talked about that. That's an awesome one. We'll look into that for next week. Keith will have a new one for us. Josh, do you have any PDA this week?
No PDA.
Okay.
Yeah.
No PDA this week. So
Mhm.
we'll move on to big stack formats. So I'm in a couple different Magic the Gathering Facebook groups and found a fun little format idea, which is it's not real yet. It could be. And it kind of made me think of another big stack format. So the post said we need a format called Headache. 500 cards minimum in a deck, as many copies of any cards you want, no ban list, all cards are legal, only allowed 10 basic lands of each kind of your color identity, and a total of up to 100 lands total. Untap, upkeep, draw one card, first main phase, combat, beginning of second main phase, draw a card, in step, pass. No infinite combos allowed. And finally, each player starts with 120 life. So that one's kind of like a joke and would be a headache and also would lead to a game taken forever, um, I think. But what it made me think of is Wizard's Tower. So for Wizard's Tower, um, you've got You kind of 2 to 5 players. This is from Magic site, so you can do this differently too. It says 9 booster packs, 80 lands, 16 of each basic land. Starting a game, open the booster packs. Try not to look at the cards in the boosters yet. It's more fun to discover them during the game. Shuffle the cards and lands together in a single huge deck. Determine randomly who will go first. Deal 3 cards to each player. Starting with the first player, each player may discard any number of cards and redraw that many. Once in all players have done this, shuffle the discarded cards and put them into the bottom of the deck. Put the top 7 cards of the deck face up in the middle of the table. The deck becomes a library that's shared by all players. Playing the game. When playing Wizard's Tower, your draw step gets a little bit more interesting. First, choose one of the face-up cards and add it to your hand. If there aren't any, put the top 7 cards of the tower face up in the middle of the table and then choose one. Draw the top card of the tower. All players share the same library, the same graveyard. If you cast a spell that targets a card in an opponent's graveyard or manipulates the top card of the library, those cards affect the shared library or graveyard. The face-up cards aren't considered to be in any game zone. Other than that, the game is played as a free-for-all Magic game. The last player left standing wins. There's also another one where you have to go ahead, Keith.
I was just saying this whole format it shares a lot of similarities with that Dan, which just had a secret lair drop in the past week.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's another version of Wizard's Tower where you like build your own and you have to follow all the rules, and if you do some like you have to immediately do something if you can do something, and if you don't do it then you also get eliminated that way too. So there's other versions of Wizard's Tower. Um, I mean, Headache kind of seems like a version of Wizard's Tower. Um, yeah, so if you're looking for a new like big game format to do, I mean, you could also take 4 commander decks and put them all together and like shuffle and try and play something weird that way too. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, those are the big stack formats, Josh.
Okay, then with the your proposed 500 card stack, I did just want to say that it would be an opportunity to win with Battle of Wits, where it's the enchantment for 3 and 2 blue at the beginning of your upkeep. If you have 200 or more cards in your library, you win the game. So that's would be a silly way to win that, and that's a card that every commander player's seen, and they were like, if only I could make it work. So
Right. You'd have to find a way to like steal somebody's whole library or something and put it with your library,
yeah,
I think.
I feel like there's just no cards that do that because that's
No.
stealing.
Yeah.
Back in ante days, maybe I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into this quick deck check and see if we can do a little bit of changes to this deck. So here's what we were sent. Dear Hexproof Award, let's actually I'll
That's
go ahead
us.
and share a screen real quick so everybody can kind of see what's going on. All right. Can everybody see that?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So it says, Dear Hexproof Award, here's my current deck. It's the first I've ever done, and I'm having trouble getting it to do consistently the things I want it to do, which is send cards to the graveyard and then remove them to make a wide board. The idea is to get a card loop. I have 2 set up in the deck. The lines are Imuntech and Ashnod's Altar, then either Nim, Death Mantle, and any artifact creature plus Disciple of the Vault or Psychomancer in play, or Junk Diver and Mirror Retriever. I have played this deck about 12 times now and haven't been able to assemble my combo. I hope you guys can help me figure this out. So we've got a deck that is ran by Imatech, the Stormlord. And this deck is kind of dirty. It was doing work when we played. He played it the 3 games that we played. Um, but yeah, so we'll kind of look at it. I don't want to go like card for card because we've got it's a commander deck. Uh, but if there's anything that kind of sticks out that you think might need changed, um, that you guys can think of, and we kind of talked about cards beforehand too. Um, but yeah, so let's see here. Change these to cards that we can actually realize what they are. Um, So
think adding in some backups, some dupes for the recursion would help a decent amount because he said that was his main thing.
yeah, and we've got 21 creatures too, so if
Hmm.
I would say we may want to add some creatures too. It looks like we're pretty artifact heavy. So there's probably some of those that we can take care of too. Josh?
Okay, so I think we can kind of help him get his strategy set up with some spree card from Thunder Junction. It's called Lively Dirge. So this is essentially going to function as a tutor, and it's going to help him pull out the pieces that he needs for his combo. So
Okay.
yes.
We want to put this all in sideboard.
I
That'd
mean,
probably work.
yeah, we
Well,
can. I would say we put it in the deck and then sideboard the cards that we move out
Okay.
because we've put this on our Hexproof from Ward Moxfield, so he can kind of go in there, check out the deck
Okay.
that we have, and then he'll also see on the sideboard which cards got moved to the sideboard. So we'll throw
that seems
Lively
good.
Dirge in there. It's one in a black. It's a spree card, like Josh was saying, so you can pay an extra one to search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle. You can pay an extra two, return up to two creature cards with total mana value four or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So there's that. Um, let's see. What tutors does he have in here? Because it seems like that's what he's wanting to do mostly is like tutor for cards.
I don't think he's got any.
Yeah, there are no tutors.
So Lively Dirge can function as a tutor because then also Buried Alive, as he searches his library and puts them in the graveyard.
Yeah, he's got Buried Alive in
Yeah,
here
he's already got
already.
that.
And so then Lively Dirge is going to function as a second one of those essentially.
Okay.
For
Ooh.
tutor purposes, if we don't want to go overboard, a Grim tutor might work. That's the one where you lose 3 life, but
Oh,
it's a little pricey.
I don't know. It may not be too bad.
There's one for
24.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
okay.
that, or
Yeah,
we could do
Josh.
the profane one.
also the Black Sidisi, like the 5 cost one that exploits.
Region of the Mire, Undead Visor.
I think it's Undead Visor.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah. So
Where'd that go? Right here.
Yeah, it's on the right.
Yeah.
yeah, exploits to and it's a zombie as well.
Okay.
So then also creature wise, if we want another combo, we could just have a grave crawler and a Phyrexian arena, and then if he and have another sack outlet like the black one that can sacrifice artifacts or creatures from Edge of Eternities. I'll pull that up real quick.
Okay. So where did that go? Gravecrawler, one black. This creature can't block as long. You may cast this card from a graveyard as long as you control a zombie. And then Phyrexian Arena. Let me find it. There's already one in here. So
Hmm.
No, I sorry, I
found
meant
a-
Phyrexian Altar for the combo. Sorry, I misspoke.
He has one altar. Oh, Tormod's. Wait. Which
Got
one?
Ashnods.
he's got Ashnod's Altar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then
I
Phyrexian.
would also
Oh.
like to point out that any creatures that we're putting into this so far need to focus on being artifact creatures.
Yeah.
That's what the commander is looking for.
Yeah, I have one.
Not just creatures, just artifact cards in general.
That being said, I'm going to pitch another creature that is not an artifact.
Okay.
But it is important, I feel like, and that is the Umbral Caller Zealot. Because this is going to function as a sack outlet for artifacts or creatures.
Okay.
And then you surveil one, which can then help fill your library even more. So even though it's not an artifact, it's going to help his engine along and help him fill that graveyard and have more reanimation targets.
Okay.
Yeah, more surveil would be great here. I
Okay.
have one
Yeah.
that is an artifact. It
Yep.
is Tarrian's Journal, Tarrian. It's 1 and a black legendary artifact. It has tap, sacrifice another creature or artifact, draw a card, activate only as a sorcery. And it's a transforming artifact, which has tap. You may cast a creature spell from your graveyard this turn. If you do, it enters the battlefield with a finality counter on it. And it's vampire. That part's less important, but
Yeah.
it is recursion and it is a looter.
Okay.
I
Um.
have a little more draw if you're interested.
Let's get up to 110, and then we'll cut 10 cards.
Okay.
That sound good?
Yeah, can I make another pitch for draw? That's an
Sure.
artifact.
Yeah.
It's Requiem Monolith.
Okay. So Requiem Monolith.
It's
2 and a black. You can tap it until end of turn. Target creature gains. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, you draw that many cards and lose that much life. That creature's controller may have this artifact deal 1 damage to it. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay.
Then also if he's in if he's going for like loops where he has the Phyrexian altar and can make essentially infinite mana from it,
Mm-hmm.
would it be good to have something like an exsanguinate just to I mean a big exsanguinate even without any sort of mana ramp, even doing that for 5 can like absolutely flip a game on its head.
Yeah. How do you spell Exsanguinate?
EX. It's San. Exsanguinate.
Okay. Let's make sure we don't have 2 of those. No, we do not. So Exsanguinate X and 2 black. Each opponent loses X life. You gain life equal to the life lost this way. Okay. The idea is to get a
Does
card
he have
loop.
any like mass reanimates?
Doesn't look like it.
Ooh,
So-
Primarch's you know the one I'm talking about, Primarch Patriarch's
It's blessing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Patriarch's bidding.
bidding.
Oh, very right.
Yeah, so
Almost.
Patriarch's bidding 3 and 2 black. Each player chooses a creature type. Each player returns all creature cards of a type chosen this way from the graveyard to the battlefield. Okay.
Thanks for bailing me on that. I was like, something about the patriarchy.
So now we're at 110. So we need to send 10 cards to the sideboard. Real quick. So
Okay.
let's just do 10 lands and we'll be done. I'm just kidding.
No.
Just kidding.
Okay.
Necropotence.
I mean that's gonna work. He put exile that card from your graveyard. You just
I mean, it works directly with the commander.
yeah, that's fine. So what's oppression again? I feel like
it's when you're talking about the card. Oppression. 1 and 2 black. Whenever a player casts a spell, that player discards a card.
oh, I like that. I think the enchantments
That hurts you too, though.
no, but he wants to discard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So okay, scroll up. Let's look at the artifacts. I feel like that's where we have some congestion.
Yeah, we've got 20.
Also, I don't think you need a arcane signet in mono black.
Okay. So move to sideboard.
True.
Okay. Wayfarer's Bauble. I'm not
That's
a fan
ramp
of,
in black. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but Endless Atlas, 2, tap it, draw a card, activate this ability only if you control 3 or more lands with the same name.
I don't love that. We have more consistent.
Yeah, move to sideboard.
What's Death Mantle do? Nim Death Mantle?
Oh, that's the combo.
I know
No.
it buffs. Oh, it is?
No, wait, sorry, no. That's
To the right.
Death Mantle's the combo piece.
Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has Intimidate, and is a black zombie. Whenever a non-token creature is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, you may pay 4. If you do, return that card to the battlefield with and attach Nim's Death Mantle to it.
Yep, combos with the Ashnod's Altar really well. That's the cranial plating again?
Cranial Plating. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. Attach Cranial Plating to target creature you control for 2 black.
I'm
Yeah.
not married to that one because it doesn't necessarily give evasion if your goal
Yeah,
is to combo.
I'd say
Yeah.
that one can go to the sideboard too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Convergence of Dominion. Dynastic Command Node. As long as you control your commander, activate abilities of cards in your graveyard cost 2 less to activate this effect. You can't reduce the mana cost. 3, tap it, mill 3 cards. Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, that works with the engine.
Can we look at
Yeah,
the
we can-
enchantments real quick?
Sure.
There's
Those are
only a few.
down this way. Yep. Contamination. That card sucks to play against. Out of the Tombs. At the beginning of your upkeep, put 2 Eon counters on Out of the Tombs, then mill a card's equal to the number of Eon counters on it. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, return a creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield. If you can't, you lose the game.
Well, he is missing one enchantment, but we'll wait until after we get rid of some cards.
Yeah, we've got to get rid of 7. We got Phyrexian Arena, Phyrexian Scriptures, and then Painful Quandary. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Okay.
It's a good enchantment, but I think the problem is doesn't you only profit off of it.
The
Not as
thing
much as
is we gotta, I mean, Josh has brought it up a couple times. Are there any, and this isn't our deck, so it's kind of hard to do this without him being here. But what cards would you draw in this deck that you would wish was a different card?
Oh,
that.
I'm just looking for
yeah,
outliers.
absolutely. I agree. Actually,
It's good, but
True.
also
it just doesn't do what we needed to
There's
do.
enough PP smacking cards in black that are in this deck that you don't really need to have that one.
Oh,
This deck's dirty enough as it is. So
I have a thought.
Yeah.
So,
THOT.
so like, how is he kicking the things out of his graveyard to make the tokens?
There are Necrons in his that come with the deck that he from the pre-con that states that
Yeah,
you can
just
like
keep
reanimate
scrolling up.
creatures and stuff like that.
Okay, because
He-
we kind of glanced over the creatures, so I was just kind of curious because like
He's got a mirror retriever that does that pulls something out of it.
Uh,
I have a card that would make this more simple, but like I said, I'll wait until we smooth it out.
I feel like we need I just want to mention this before I forget. He needs something like a conjurer's closet to bounce these and bring them back so he can abuse these ETBs and bring things back out from the graveyard more consistently. I think that'd be huge. I know right now we're editing, but just he needs to abuse those ETBs in order for this to function right.
okay, so we'll add Conjurer's Closet. Sam, what's your other card?
Biotransference.
Okay.
Biotransference. It's a 2 and 2 black. Creatures you control are artifacts in addition to other types. The same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. But it's whenever you cast an artifact spell, you lose 1 life and create a 2/2 black Necron.
And that card was in this deck. So this is a deck that was already like made and he kind of took it out. So that's a card that just needs to go back in the deck.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're at 108. We need to get rid of 8 cards.
Disciple of the Vault's really good.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mirror Retriever, Psychomancer.
No.
I don't love actually I don't love Audacious Thief.
Okay. All right. Move that to sideboard. And we're down to 107. So we need to move 7 more. Blade 1 enters. Mill 3 cards. Illuminator Caesaris. Sacrifice another creature. Add an amount of black equal to the sacrificed creature's mana value.
You could almost get rid of that.
Yeah,
Almost. Because most of the creatures that you want to sacrifice are going to be your tokens, and you don't profit off that.
Okay. So I move that to the sideboard. Satek Immortal. Satek Immortal enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature that died this turn.
Be good. It's got flash, so I mean that could be a good answer.
Also, if he's chaining, sacking, and ETBs.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So then I think we're good. I don't think we want to touch any more creatures because he's down to 22.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sorcery wise, I feel like I think he has Sign in Blood. I think Read the Bones is a little redundant for one more. And also we added more repeatable card draw.
Okay. So I move that to the sideboard.
And then looking at instants.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What's the
one next to it?
This is pay 3 life counter
It's
target
Withering
summon
Boon.
spell.
That's neat. Sun Spoiling's kind of like, I mean, like
it is a way to keep yourself either safe or guaranteed to mess somebody's board up.
Yeah, it's one of those
You
cards
can't
you hold on
respond
to
to
the
it.
end.
Yeah, it's just like how competitive is this? I know like there's combo pieces and stuff like that, but yeah.
Well, even if they've got like 1,000 creatures rendered useless.
Oh, that's good. Okay. Then Dark Bargain, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand. The graveyard. Okay,
He's got a lot of cards that just do damage to himself, and that isn't. I mean, he's got no payoff for having low life totals. So I mean, it's nice to be able to put 1 card in your graveyard and 2 in your hand, but this is one that I would just kind of move on because it costs 4 anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's more efficient ways of doing that, and also more repeatable ways to do that.
Okay, we've got 4 left.
The Umbral Caller kind of gets to do that like on a body.
Okay, we've got 4 left. Let's if we could speed this up just a little bit, because
I would say you could probably get rid of the Spine of Itchsa. Granted, it does it does some good stuff, but the fact that it's 7 mana, and there's so many other options you can bring back.
Okay, so that one's moved. 3 left.
I would agree with either Commander Sphere or the Wayfarer's Bauble.
Oh, I would get rid of Commander Sphere before Wayfarer's Bauble. I hate that card.
Okay. Commander Sphere is gone.
It's been outclassed every set since it was printed.
How many lands does he have?
Okay. 2 left. We've got 37 lands.
I would say cut 2 swamps out. 35 lands should be perfectly enough for what he's trying to do for a mono.
Okay. Oh, wait. I meant to add those to the sideboard. That's my bad. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. All right. So that is our update to the Scorpion King. And you can find that on our Mox field under the Scorpion King quick 10-minute deck change up. We're not going to change the bracket really, but
technically, unfortunately, it's yeah. We already know 1 card that causes that, but
yeah. So that's that. So let's go ahead and move on to our deck tech. We're doing mono white today, and I named it Taking Damage for the Greater Good. I'm like a pincushion. So we've got Anti-Venom, Horrifying Healer. He costs 5 white. When Anti-Venom enters, if it was cast, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. If damage would be dealt to Anti-Venom, prevent that damage and put that many +1/+1 counters on him. I'm gonna kind of go quick, so I apologize. Creatures, we've got 22. We've got Selfless Savior, cost 1. Selfless Savior, you can sacrifice it. Another target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. He's a 1/1 doggo. Sarah Ascendant costs 1 for a 1/1 human monk, has lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, Sarah Ascendant gets +5/+5 and has flying. Kind of crazy. Zach Fair costs 1, human soldier, 0/1. Zach Fair enters with a +1/+1 counter on it. You can pay 1, sacrifice Zach Fair. Target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. Put Zach Fair's counters on that creature and attach an equipment that was attached to Zach Fair to that creature. Gold Mirror costs 2. It's a mirror, 1/1. You can tap it to add 1 white to your mana pool. Grand Abolisher, 2 white, human cleric. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments for 2/2. Loyal Warhound, 1 and a white. It's a doggo. Has vigilance when Loyal Warhound enters. If an opponent controls more lands than you, search your library for a basic plains card. Put that on the battlefield, tapped and shuffle for a 3/1 doggo. Selfless Samurai, 1 and a white. Fox Samurai. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gains lifelink until end of turn. Sacrifice Selfless Samurai. Another target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. 2/2. Selfless Spirit, 1 and a white, is a spirit cleric with flying. Sacrifice Selfless Spirit. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. It's 2/1. Spectacular Spider-Man, 1 and a white. You get a spider human hero with flash. You can pay 1. Spectacular Spider-Man gains flying until end of turn. You can pay 1 and sacrifice Spectacular Spider-Man. Creatures you control gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. 3/2. SRAM, Senior Edificer, 1 and a white, a dwarf advisor. Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell, you draw a card for 2/2. Abzan Falconer, 2 and a white. Outlast for 1. You can pay a white, tap it, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Outlast only as a sorcery. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has flying. Bastion Protector, 2 and a white. Human Soldier, commander creatures you control get +2/+2 and have indestructible. 3/3. Claim Jumper, 2 and a white, is a rabbit mercenary from Thunder Junction. With vigilance, when Claim Jumper enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lanes than you, you may search for a plains card and put it on the battlefield tapped. Then if an opponent controls more lands than you, repeat this process once. If you search your library this way, shuffle, please. 3/3. Codsworth, Handy Helper, 2 and a white. Legendary artifact creature robot. Commanders you control have ward 2. Tap it, add 2 white, spend this mana only to cast aura and or enchantment spells. Tap it, attach target aura or equipment you control to target creature you control, activate only as a sorcery for 2/3. Proud to serve. Lizelle Valkit's Champion. I totally slaughtered that name. 2 and a white. Gith Warrior. If you would put 1 or more counters on a creature or planeswalker you control or on yourself, put that many +1 of each of those kind of counters on that permanent or player. Instead, choose a background. And then Halvar, God of Battle, 2 and 2 white, is a god. Creatures you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike. At the beginning of each combat, you may attach target aura and or equipment attached to a creature you control to target other creature you control. 4/4. Flips into Sword of Realms for 1 and a white. Legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creatures have +2/+0 and have vigilance. Whenever equipped creature dies, return it to its owner's hand. Equipped for 1 and a white. Keeper of the Accord for 3 and a white is a human soldier. At the beginning of each opponent's instep, if that player controls more creatures than you, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. At the beginning of each opponent's instep, if that player controls more lands than you may search your library for a basic plains card, put it on the battlefield, tapped and shuffle for a 3/4. Mangara the Diplomat for 3 and a white, a human cleric with lifelink. Whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if 2 or more of those creatures are attacking you and or planeswalkers you control, you draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card for 2/4. Odric, Master Tactician, 2 and 2 white, human soldier. First strike, and then whenever Odric, Master Tactician, and at least 3 other creatures attack, you choose which creatures block this combat and how those creatures block. 3/4. Stuffy Doll for 5. Indestructible. As Stuffy Doll enters the battlefield, choose a player. Whenever Stuffy Doll is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to the chosen player. You can tap it. Stuffy Doll deals 1 damage to itself. Curious Colossus, 5 and 2 white, giant warrior. When this creature enters, each creature target opponent controls loses all abilities, becomes a coward in addition to its other types, and has a base power and toughness of 1/1 for a 7/7. And then our big one is Avacyn Angel of Hope for 5 and 3 white. Flying Vigilance, indestructible. Other permanents you control have indestructible for an 8/8. Those are our creatures so far. Sorceries, Steel Shaper's Gift. For 1 white, search your library for an equipment card, reveal that card and put it onto your hand, then shuffle your library. Open the armory, 1 and a white, search your library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, put it onto your hand, then shuffle your library. Idyllic Tutor, for 2 and a white, search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. There's a theme here. Ravnica at War, 3 and a white, exile all not multicolored permanents. Wrath of God, 2 and 2 white, destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. Wave of Reckoning, 4 and a white, each creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. Mass Calcify, 5 and 2 white, destroy all non-white creatures. Instance, Blacksmith's Skill, for 1 white, target permanent gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. If it's an artifact creature, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Gideon Sacrifice, for 1 white, choose a creature or planeswalker you control. All damage that would be dealt this turn to you and permanents you control is dealt to chosen permanent instead. There's a theme there. Path to Exile, 1 white, exile target creature. Its controller may search the library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, tap and shuffle. Silence, 1 white. Your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, or spells this turn. Swords of Plowshares, 1 white, exile target creature. Its controller gains life equals to its power. Valor Made Real, for 1 white. Target creature may block any number of creatures this turn. Disenchant, for 1 and a white. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Everybody Lives, 1 and a white. All creatures gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Players can't gain hexproof until end of turn. Players can't lose life this turn, and players can't lose the game or win the game this turn. Spectacular Tactics, 1 and a white. Choose 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains hexproof until end of turn. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Akroma's Will, 3 and a white. Choose 1. If you control a commander as you cast a spell, you may choose both. Creatures you control gain flying, vigilance, and double strike until end of turn. Creatures you control gain lifelink, indestructible, and protection from all colors until end of turn. Artifacts, Basilisk Collar, for 1. Equipped creature has Death Touch and lifelink. Equipped for 2. Shadow Spear, for 1. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 and has trample and lifelink. You can pay 1 permanent your opponent's control, lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Equip it for 2. The Ozolith, for 1. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, put those counters on the Ozolith. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if the Ozolith has counters on it, you may move the counters from the Ozolith to target creature. Lightning Greaves, for 2. Equipped creature has Haste and Shroud. Equipped for 0. Swift Foot Boots, for 2. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste. Equipped for 1. The Bustus Sword, for 3. Equipped creature gets +3/+2. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to the damage without paying its mana cost. Equipped for 2. The Staff of Hermes, for 2 and a white. Equipped creature has lifelink. As long as you have 30 or more life, equipped creature gets +5/+5, has indestructible, and prevent all damage that would be dealt to this creature. Equipped for 2 white. Darksteel Plate, for 3. Indestructible. Equipped creature has indestructible. Equipped for 2. Luxodon Warhammer, for 3. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has trample and lifelink. Equip it for 3. Nemesis Mask, for 3. All creatures able to block equipped creature do so. Equip it for 3. This one's crazy. Dawnsire Sunstar Dreadnought, for 5. It's a legendary artifact spacecraft with station. If it has 10 or more, whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. And then if it has 20 or more, it's a flying 20/20. The Genji Glove, for 5. Equipped creature has double strike. Whenever equipped creature attacks, if it's the first combat phase of the turn, untap it. After this phase, there is an additional combat phase. Equip it for 3. Enchantments. Guilty Conscience. For 1, whenever enchanted creature deals damage, Guilty Conscience deals that much damage to enchanted player. Gosh dang it, that's in French. Hold on a second.
Oh, not French.
Land Tax, for 1. At the beginning of your upkeep, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Gift of Immortality, for 2 and a white. Enchant creature. When enchant creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. Return Gift of Immortality to the battlefield attached to the creature at the beginning of the next end step. Pariah, for 2 and a white. This is the craziest art that I've seen for this card. Enchant creature. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead. Entangler, for 2 and 2 white. Enchanted creature may block any number of creatures with great power. For 3 and a white enchanted creature you control, enchanted creature gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to enchanted creature instead. Super state for 7. Enchanted creature you control. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 9/9 and has flying, first strike, trample, and haste. Whenever enchanted creature deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent.
Before you continue, just 1 second. What you said on guilty conscience, it's not to the enchanted player, it's to the enchanted creature.
Okay, great. Emeria, the Sky Ruin, is a
That matters.
land. It enters the battlefield tapped at the beginning of your upkeep. If you control 7 or more planes, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the or to the battlefield. Tap it, add 1 mana to your mana pool,
Oh,
1 white
crazy.
mana, and then 27 planes, and then a reliquary tower. You have no maximum hand size. And to wrap it all up, we've got Rogue's Passage. Add 1 to your mana pool. Pay 4, tap it. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. So what we're doing is we're trying to get like a couple of these creatures, put some stuff on it, make them take the damage to make our opponents take damage. So what we want to add we're at 89 cards, so we're trying to get to 100. So here's the rules for this build since we're at 8:56 p.m.
Ooh.
Take this when we want. I don't know what that was. Anyway, if there's any classic white cards that you can think of that could go in this deck that aren't in this deck already, we should put those in here. We need a thing to do mass +1/+1 counters to all of our creatures since we've got a way to make that really do some damage. We need a little bit more life gain if we could get it. We need a couple warriors if we could find them. And then once we reach 100 cards, we are locked. We are not changing a thing. So if we get to 100, it's over and done with.
Did you put in Pariah's Shield? I know you went through a lot of them. I didn't hear. I possibly didn't hear that.
Pariah's Shield
It's
is
equipment.
not in there.
The other pariah.
So yeah, it's Pariah, but it's an equipment. I see that you can look for equipment. You might want to add that just as a redundancy.
I like that one a lot.
Okay. Pariah's Shield for 5. All damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to a creature instead. Equip it for 3. Okay.
I've got a dupe real quick.
Okay.
Okay, dupe for the commander. It is Gata and Luzu. Gatta and Luzzu. 2 and a white, legendary creature, human soldier, 1/1 flash. Whenever Gata and Luzu enters, choose target creature you control. If damage would be dealt to that creature this turn, prevent that damage and put that many 1/1 counters on it for when the commander isn't in play. I don't know.
All right. Josh?
I would like to pitch Unbreakable Formation. And this might actually replace another card in your list already. It is an instant. And then creatures you control gain indestructible. And also, if you cast this during your main phase, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures, and they gain vigilance until end of turn. So
Okay.
then if there's another spell that also gives indestructible, but doesn't do the +1/+1 counters, we can cut one if we wanted.
Okay.
So recursion or no? We just want like protection.
I would say protection because that's what white's known for is kind of like pillow fort type stuff.
Oh, do we have
Okay.
Sigard as aid? Sorry.
What is it?
Sigard as aid. It makes your uh
SIGARDA''S.
yeah, so that is an enchantment. And it
There it is.
yep, you may cast aura and equipment spells as though they had flash, and then whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach it to target creature you
yeah.
control.
That's good. For 1, that's crazy. Keith?
One last job. 2 and a white, sorcery with spree. One of the modes, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. One of the modes, return mount or vehicle from your graveyard to the battlefield. Another mode, return target aura or equipment card from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to a creature you control.
Okay. Josh?
That one's a maybe, but yeah.
I actually really like that because it works with one I want to pitch, and that is Bulwark Ox. This is a creature.
Okay, I'm looking up a big counters to all card. So
Okay. How are
maybe
we
you
spelling
save room.
bulwark?
BULWARK.
Okay.
What lanes do you have real quick? After the bulwark.
Hold on, real quick. Bulwark Ox, 1 and a white. Whenever this creature attacks, while saddle, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Sacrifice this creature. Creatures you control with counters on them gain hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Saddle for 1. The lands we've got Mira the Sky Ruin, Plains, Reliquary Tower, and Rogue's Passage.
Okay. Abandoned Air Temple is a land. Enters tapped unless you control a basic land. It has 3 and a white. Tap it. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control.
Okay.
Is that good?
I wouldn't take out a plains. I think you're gonna want lands.
Okay.
Uh,
We're at 96.
okay.
Archangel of Thune would be a good one, but I don't know if you really want to go that route. Angel that has lifelink, but whenever you gain life, you put a 1/1 count on each creature you control.
Ooh,
Good
Cathar's
lord.
Crusade. Whenever a creature you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Pick
Be
your
real
flavor.
careful. We're at 98.
You want to make anti-venom as strong as possible?
Sure.
Repentance.
Oh wait. Felidar Retreat would be a really good repeatable counter.
That would be 100.
Yeah, I like it. Send it on Felidar's Retreat. I like that a lot.
Repentance just makes it to where target creature deals damage to its power to itself.
Okay.
Okay. Felidar Retreat, 3 and a white. Enchantment, landfall. Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn.
Also, I
That's
don't think
100.
also, a quick little land thing. I don't think we draw enough for Reliquary Tower, and then our commander costs a bunch of white. I would just replace that with like a plains. There we
We're
go.
at
All
100.
fixed.
No more changes. All
Sick.
right. Let's see what we've got here. Deal another
You
hand.
got land.
Deal
You had
another
land
hand.
tax right there. That was like
Deal
the perfect
another
hand.
Deal another hand. Deal another hand. Deal another hand. Deal another hand. Average number of lands in opening hand, 2.19.
Not bad.
So
What's the average mana cost of the deck?
Pretty cheap.
I don't know where it says that, but it's low.
with a 30.32 chance of playing these on the curve.
Oh, there it
The
is.
average
Your
mana
main deck.
value of your main deck is 2.01 with lands and 2.93 without lands. The median value of your deck is 2 with lands and 3 without lands. The deck's total mana value is 199. So
Cool.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. So bracket info, it's a bracket 2 is what I always try and strive to be. Bracket 2. This is kind of an expensive deck, but it's for funsies and it's the end of it. So okay. Click to add themes. We've got +1/+1 counters on it.
Equipment.
Artifacts.
Sure. Because
Because we're trying to do artifacts and equipments to
yeah.
things. Casual. Chaos. There are combos in it, but it's not straight up combo type stuff. Enchantments.
Equipment.
There it is.
Honestly, I think we just need to scroll down to mono white and we're golden.
Got
Yeah.
life link in there. Life gain.
Yeah, but that's not like yeah.
Yep, mono white, and then
Mono white.
boom, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Just make sure that there's
Voltron. Duh.
Oh, true. Yeah, that'll a little further.
Voltron.
Jeez.
Always put webcam friendly because it's, why wouldn't it be? All right. So there's that. And then, yeah, I think that's it. So go ahead and stop the share on that. So what do you guys think of that deck? I think it's
pretty
fun.
fun. I think the
White
space.
Voltron?
Yep. I like the idea of the magical Christmas land nuking it from orbit to give it 100 +1/+1 counters.
Yeah, that's so cool.
That is rad as hell. So I would love to see that happen. That's one of those like Xbox achievement appears below you sort of plays that you dream about.
So that's kind of funny. And then if you guys don't know, I mean, if there's a Walmart close to you, there's anti-venom that comes with like an anti-venom action figure that has like its Magic the Gathering Marvel crossover action figure at Walmart, and they're like on clearance. So if anybody wants to run to Walmart, because there's not a Walmart close to me, and see if they can find one in clearance, I'd definitely be down for a Spider-Man action figure with a card in it. Yeah, so what's everybody's weekend plans before I have an idea for our next cycle of decks that we're building.
Okay. So, of course, I'll be hosting next weekend. I'll be hosting the Wacky Races event, having a lot of friends from different points in my life who we still stay connected from, who I met at different points in my life, and we still stay connected all these years through Magic the Gathering over at my place to draft Aether Drift and Thunder Junction together.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a fun time.
Y'all are obviously invited.
Yeah. This is the first we're hearing of it. She's never told us about this. Yeah. Keith, Sam?
I'll probably be going to that, I would imagine.
Perfect.
I don't have anything else I was looking forward to.
Perfect. Sam?
I'm starting a garden
Nice. Heck yeah, dude.
because groceries be expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Groceries
Yes,
and
sir.
gas. Can you grow gas in your garden?
Yes, but it would take a long time.
Okay. I think on Thursday I've got a going to see Neil deGrasse Tyson at IU. He's doing a night at the movies where he breaks down the science of some movies, so I'm excited about that. And then Saturday we've got the thing with Josh, but also we've got Squared Circle Expo, so might go check that out and meet a couple wrestlers. And then Eli also has a Easter egg hunt, so we have to do that in the morning. The squared circle is that's a slang term for a wrestling ring. So Squared
Wow.
Circle Expo is a giant like wrestling expo that's downtown Indy. So meet a whole bunch of like legendary wrestlers, up and coming wrestlers, things like that. So that's Friday and Saturday. And then my idea. So if everybody doesn't know, we're working on finishing a deck for every color you can think of and every color combo. So we're getting along that way. We just kind of finished out all the mono colors, except for the colorless. And
I can do that.
We'll kind of we'll have Sam take care of that, and then we'll do that one next week, and then I will let everybody know what my idea is for the next series after that, if everybody's cool with it.
I like mystery.
Mystery.
Yes, sir, Ski.
Okay. All right. Does this episode resolve?
It resolves.
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay. We might have a guest next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of Hexproof from Ward. If you liked what you heard, you can continue to listen on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube. You can give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, and Blue Sky. We'll see you next week.